Brooke and I am doing my teaching demonstration video for EDU 1010, and this is my daughter Hallie Barker. She's in first grade and she's going to be my helper today. I decided to focus on the solving, adding, and subtracting within numbers 0 through 10. It's the K.OA.2/K.OA5, and picking kind of just a few things from each of those Utah core standards. And so we're going to start with an adding and subtracting story situation. And the first one we're going to do is with some bunnies. So we're going to start with our two little bunnies, and Hallie's going to help us with our two little bunnies. And they sat on the grass. And as they played on the grass, 3 other bunnies came over to join them. And so we're going to show how Hallie, 2 bunnies, when they come together, make a new number of bunnies. Can you count the new number of bunnies that they make when they come together?
Yeah, let me just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Perfect. Awesome. Will you hold those for me
Yeah.
for just a minute? Okay. So when we do that, that is called addition. So we started out with 2 bunnies, and then 3 more bunnies hopped along. And that is called addition. This symbol right here means to add together.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know of any other words that it might mean that you've learned?
Getting greater.
Getting greater, getting bigger, joining together. Because our bunnies join together. Adding together. Very, very good. Perfect. Okay, so what if you had 5 bunnies, like you have now, right? Your 5 bunnies were there. And let's say, how many? Do you think maybe 3 came home to play?
Yeah.
Okay, could you hand me 3 of your bunnies?
They hopped away back to their home.
Okay, they came back home to be with Mommy Bunny. And so, that is called subtraction. And do you see this symbol right here?
Yeah.
This symbol means to take away, or to get less, or to be less than. Do you know any other things it means?
Less than getting smaller.
Smaller, perfect. And so you got smaller. How many did you get smaller to?
2.
2 bunnies. So then that equals 2. So we used our bunnies and they got greater than when we joined and less than when they got taken away, right?
Yeah.
So the plus sign means to get bigger, and the negative minus sign means to get smaller, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, and Hallie knows that already because she's in first grade, but I think that picture stories are a really good way for children, especially in kindergarten, which is what we're focusing on, to be able to learn and understand. So another picture story I thought was really fun was one with apples. And so Hallie loves to eat apples, and so we are going to have Hallie eat
5 apples?
How many are we going to start with? I'm going to say I'm going to offer her 5 apples.
Offer me 5 apples.
Yes. Okay,
I'm
Hallie.
hungry now.
You're hungry, and you are so hungry you want to eat 5 apples.
Yes.
So we start out and we have 5 apples. Okay. So what symbol are we going to use if we are going to eat an apple? We're going to take the apple away.
Minus sign.
Minus sign, because we're going to take them away. Okay, will you take away and eat a couple of apples for me?
So I ate 2 apples.
2 apples.
After the 3 because I was so hungry.
So hungry. Perfect. Okay, 2 apples. She ate 2 apples. So we took away 2 apples and we used our minus sign, and then we use equals, and equals just tells us how many are left.
Yeah, equal just means how many are left.
Yeah, perfect. So how many apples are left, Hallie?
3.
Right. 1, 2, 3 apples are left. Right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Because I just ate 2.
Because you ate 2. Awesome. Okay, and then what if I was coming to you and I said, Hallie, I see you have 3 apples, but I want to give you more. What symbol? I'm going to have you draw it. What symbol if I'm going to give you more apples? You're going to get greater. It's going to grow. Your apple basket's going to grow.
The plus sign.
The plus sign. Let's say that your apples grow by 2.
So you gave me 2 back.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh my goodness, I don't want to
You can put it up there. That's perfect. Okay. All right. So you put, and I'll have you write it. So 3 plus how many?
2.
And then that's the equal sign. The 2 lines mean that it's all together. How many do we have all together?
We
Can you
have
count for me?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Good.
So you gave me 2, so I can have
You can have the 3 that we already had plus 2 more, and so now you have
5. What I'm supposed to have.
Yeah. So you can write a 5 there. Perfect.
There we go.
All right. Awesome. Okay. So that is a way that we use pictures and stories with kindergartners in order to show them how to do simple math equations.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
Yeah. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is we're going to work with some Legos. And the Legos are something that is tangible and hands-on. A lot of times pictures and apples and bunnies, if you have a big classroom, it's more of a story form, but Legos are something that the kids can get down on their hands and knees and they can use. And so we're going to start with using our Legos. And so, Hallie, we're going to show the different ways that we can add and subtract to get to 10. So I want you to make a big tower of 10 Legos for me.
Okay.
Okay? So there's 1, 2, 3. You like red. 4,
5,
5. Good.
6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my goodness.
You're close.
And then my favorite color.
On the top?
Yeah.
Because you're at 9, so one more favorite color, and you'll get to number.
And my favorite color is blue.
Perfect. So we have tower. We're going to call it our tower. This is going to be our tower number 1. And I think all of the students could have a tower of 10 Legos.
Yeah.
So tower number 1 of 10 Legos. And then we're going to create
another tower. If it's going to be the same thing, it's just we're going to
be a little bit different, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I want you to do is to break it in half. Break your 10 Legos. In fact, we'll move the rest of them out of the way so you don't get confused.
Because I always want to break the Legos.
Yeah. So what? Break the, not too crazy, but just break them nice in front of you into 2 different stacks. Okay. Now tell me what we have there. We're going to do an addition problem first. So tell me how many are on your first stack.
My first stack is 1. I'm going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Perfect. Okay, so tower number 1 has 7. Okay, and then how many does your other tower have?
1, 2, and 3.
Perfect. Okay, so when we put them together, what symbol do we use? Maybe I should get rid of our line here. What symbols do we use to get rid of when we're putting them, if we go and stack them back together? 7 plus 3 equals, how many did you have?
I had 10, so if we put them back together, I have a whole stick of 10 again.
A whole stick of 10. And what did you do? Did you add or did you subtract to make that happen when you put them together?
I added what?
Did you add or subtract?
Oh, I added!
You added. So what sign would it be?
Plus!
A plus sign. So 7 plus 3 equals?
Equals 10.
Because we know we had 10 to start with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so what about, let's do it again, and this time we're gonna do a subtraction problem. So break your Legos, forming into a group of 2 again.
Yeah.
Woo, good job.
Oh, it got different this time.
Okay, how many did we start with though? Because we gotta know how many we started with to do subtraction.
And which one? Okay,
So
this one.
how many did we start with though? How many was your tower?
10.
It was 10 to start with, okay? Perfect. And then you subtract, how many did you take off of it? So pick one of those towers to be the one you subtracted.
I'm going to use the chair.
Okay, how many is that one?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Perfect. Okay, so hand me your 5. So we subtracted, right? Mommy took away 5. Okay, and there's that equal sign. How many did it leave left for you?
It left me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Perfect. It left you 5.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't add over here because we started with 10, but when we went before, we added to get to 10. And this time, we started with our 10, we took 5 away, and we equaled 5.
Yeah.
So we can use Legos, we can use the number we start with, and we can take some away. Or we can start with our total 10, and we can break them apart and see how many different ways to get to 10.
Yeah.
Is there lots of different ways we could add up to get to 10?
Yeah.
Right?
Like 6 plus 4 and 4 plus 6, that's switcheroo.
Switcheroo, exactly. Switcheroos, that's right. And our switcheroos sometimes come with subtraction and addition, where you do 10 minus 5 equals 5, and 5 plus 5 equals 10.
Yeah.
Right? So when we have blocks, sometimes using with our hands, that helps us, right? Yeah, okay, and then the last activity we're going to do is with dice. And so Hallie is going to roll the dice.
Erase.
Okay. We're gonna use our dice. And our dice, on the dice we have just written some numbers. And this is another fun game to play in partners or pairs. So Hallie is going to roll. We'll do the first. Oh, here we go. Let's see if we're going to do addition or so. Just roll right here so we can see. And stand up and roll towards, mommy's feet right here. Here we go. Hannah.
Minus.
Okay, so we got a subtraction. Okay. All right. Do you want to write that on the board? So we're going to be doing a subtraction problem. Okay. So let's see what our first number is that we're going to subtract. So roll your dice for me and roll right kind of by my feet so we can see what number we get.
9, 9, 9, 10.
Oh, close. It was 7. Okay, so 7 was your first number, and we already know that we had, so we have 7, and then we got the subtract sign, right? So 7 and subtract, okay. And then the last one is going to be this one. So we want to kind of roll down by our feet here. Oh, bloop, bloop. Oh, 5 minus 5. Okay, how about you use the Legos? Let's bring those back.
And we should break it like this.
Well, you know what? Let's just leave this one. You can just use these free ones right here. And can you turn around so we can see it really good? Okay, and can you do, back up a little bit, back up right here, back towards the board. And can you do for us, let's see if they can help us. So it's 7. So I'm going to have you count 7 Legos.
Okay, 1, 2, 2. This is a hard piece. 3. Maybe do this. Let's see. It's
That's going to be way too
7.
many.
1, 2,
Oh,
3,
got
4,
it.
5, 6.
7. Okay, perfect. So 7, and then there's your 7, and then you're going to take away how many?
We are gonna take 5.
Perfect. So having counters helps children to understand how many they're taking away.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Perfect. How many do you have left?
2.
Perfect.
Sadly, 2.
2.
Sadly,
All right. So small. Okay, let's do one more with our dice. Okay.
Hopefully it's a plus.
Okay.
Because we didn't do plus.
Okay. All
Come
right.
on, plus. Get us a really good one.
Oh, you wrote it. Oh, roll it over by my break. 2. Okay. So you're going to draw your plus sign up there on the board. Or 2 first if you want. Yep. 2 plus. Okay, and then you're going to roll your last number. And what's it going to be?
It's going to be 10. 9.
Oh, a 9.
Close.
So you know what? We rolled the wrong dice because we're only going to 10. So let's fix it. Sorry.
What did you do
I'm
to
so
me?
sorry. Roll the purple dice. Mommy got confused. I'm sorry.
What's this?
Roll that one. Here, roll. Yeah, go ahead
What
and
is
roll
it?
that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Can you roll it right by my feet so we can see? Okay. Oh, it was right there? Oh, you got the magic pick a number. So what number would you like to pick?
I want. Is any number?
Any number that would be on the dice. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So 2 plus 5. So do you want to get down with your Legos again? So come. Perfect. Come over here. Sit right here facing the so they can see it. Turn around. Okay. All right. So you are going to do how many? So 2.
2.
Okay, perfect. 2. Awesome. And then plus how many?
2 plus 5.
Well, why don't you let me hold your 2 and then you get 5 more.
And then 5.
Oh, because that one's ready to go already. You know that one's 5, right? Count them up for us. Let's
1, 2, 3,
Always
4,
good.
5.
It's always good to double check. Okay, so what are we doing? We're putting them together, right?
And
We're
then
joining them.
smush the marshmallow together.
We're plussing them. We're adding them. And what are they going to equal? Can you count them for us?
1. Let me use more easier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Awesome.
That's what I'm trying to get.
Okay, all right. And can you write up there for us? Equals 7. So this would be something that would be a hands-on activity. Something that would be a family connection, I thought, for the students would be to make their own dice cubes. So they would be able to sit down and color a sheet of their own dice to take home with them. They would make their own dice, and will you have just a seat in the blue chair for me?
Here's your black crayon.
Thank you. And then they would get to cut it out and tape it or glue it together.
Yeah.
And then after that, they would take it home and they would play the addition subtraction game with their family. Can you have a seat in that chair? You want to hold on to that one for me? And then as far as kind of following up, I think it would be good to play the game again, just in class. I think probably it would be fun. And I think that they would master the skill of kind of understanding what plus and minus means as far as their thinking is concerned, and also some of the words and the language that go with math. That was one thing that the lesson really stressed, was helping them understand what putting together, joining, plussing, minusing, and not just addition and subtraction, but understanding that we're growing, we're getting bigger, or we're getting less, and we're decreasing or getting smaller when we're subtracting. So thanks for being my helper, Hallie, and thanks for the opportunity.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Thanks for the opportunity to do this lesson. We'll have to glue it.